We finally got there. Now we push for 350. So actually, I guess let me introduce these players and we'll do a little bit of talking about sub count and stuff like that. But to the bottom right hand side, our blue Zerg player from Prophecy Esports is Reynor here in our second series of this group. And to the upper left hand side, the red Protoss player from Izimba is Hellraiser. So yeah, we finally hit 300 subs. Woo, we did it. A lot of help in terms of a lot of sub gifts coming through and stuff like that. And I do imagine that we'll have some days in the near future where we have like a big drop in subs and stuff like that because of the days that we had a lot of sub gifts and stuff like that. But that's okay, we'll continue to fight the good fight and move on. Our next kind of big goal, like again, the 300 really was a big goal because hitting 300 subs and being able to stay around 300 subs is kind of the biggest goal because that really kind of keeps, you know, it makes streaming very sustainable for me. But beyond that, if we want to keep on pushing, we're actually only 26 sub points away from another emote slot. So I do feel as though if you guys want to hit another emote slot, I've been saying this for ages as well, like you guys can suggest some emotes, but I think I've decided what we're going to do. I think we're going to get like a Baneling kind of exploding emote, so that we can have like a boom emote, like A for when Banelings blow everything up, but then you can use it for when anything blows up. So I think we're going to have like a Baneling blowing up emote, and if we get to another 26 sub points, then we can also do... I actually, the one we just talked about in the chat was kind of funny, like a message deleted emote. I like it. I like the idea of a message deleted emote. Maybe, perhaps. Maybe it'd be fun. Then we can all troll Port when he deletes a message and then does what he's meant to do as mod. Yeah, maybe. But yeah, that's 26 sub points away. Obviously, sub points count for tier 2 and tier 3 subs as well. So if you want to help us push up to 350 sub points, then you can tier 3 sub. That'll give you, if you're already a sub, that'd be 5 extra. If you tier 2 sub, obviously it goes from 1 sub point to 2 sub points, basically. I'm not trying to bait you into subscribing for extra or anything, guys. Just if you do want to support the push to the next emote. Otherwise, 26 fresh new subs. Just go out and tell everyone to come sub, yeah? Nice. But yeah, we'll push on. And, yeah, we'll push on and see where we get to and see what happens. January is going to be super busy for us, actually, so... I just set up an event to cast over the next few days. The WardiTV Invitational number 2 is going to be tomorrow, the qualifier, and then the 3 days after, groups A, B, and playoffs. On the 31st, I have a brand new tournament sponsor coming in. They're going to be running an event on the 31st that we're going to be casting as a dev gets in and picks off a drone. I'm just going to be seeing the single spore coming down to protect here. So Depth's going to get another drone kill, actually. Having a pretty good time here. Reynor taking some real damage. This Depth is still around. It is going to go down. Just to finish off my thoughts then as this Depth falls, is that there's a Voidry on the way out as well. Very interesting very early on as a couple of things do get cleaned up. But yes, just to finish up, obviously we're going to have a busy end of the year then, but January is going to be super busy. It's going to be a lot of good games. We're going to cast the entire of the OSC Championship, apart from Group A, because in the first couple of days of January, I'm going back to Poland again to cast another IEM qualifier with Todd. But other than that, we'll come back. We'll cast OSC Championship every day. I've got permission to cast WESG APAC because they didn't want to give an English stream, so I asked them to put on a clean feed. And so we're going to be doing that, and we're going to have WCS qualifiers. So actually, from the 5th until the 14th or something, we have about I'm not even joking. We will literally between the 4th and the 15th be live every day, and about 7 of those 14 days will be live for over 10 hours. So January is going to be freaking packed. So lots of content coming up. So yeah, happy faces all around. As you do see this Oracle getting pushed away by the Queen on here on the right hand side. Robo and Twilight on the way up. And a couple of extra gates just finishing morphing in here. And as you do see this Queen nibbling away at this Oracle once again. A little bit more damage being done. Layers on the way from Reynor. We haven't really talked about this game at all. As we do just see the, you know, again, the Voidry was made early. Now the Oracle doesn't do too much. And he switches into Twilight Robo while taking the 3rd Nexus. Some Lings will pick off a Probe, but obviously not really enough Lings to do much more than that. And this lair, not super fast, about 4 minutes-ish, 4:10. It's not as fast as you usually get it nowadays, but it will work out, and a Hydra Den should come down any moment now. So we'll probably see a Hydra Den in a moment or two, just giving him access into kind of a Ling Hydra setup, especially with that +1 missiles. And from there you can kind of play Ling Bane Hydra. With +1 missiles, a lot of kind of fast lurker plays have been popular as well. So we'll see what's going to happen. A couple of Lings just spreading out, going up the right sides of the map and so on. Some gates on the far left side of the map as well. Well, Prism is about to pop up from Hellraiser, whose extra gates are coming into play as we just saw. With the Templar Archives compared to this, we're obviously going to be seeing the, the ability to warp in a lot of Zealots, warping into your Archons, and just really getting a lot of pressure going on this side of the map of the Zerg player. So we'll see how Hellraiser manages to do with that here, as the first Warp Prism is already arriving. Was it a double Prism? No, just a single Prism. Well, Charge finishing up. He's making probes behind this, so he's not a super all-in or anything like that. And there's 4 High Templar and a couple of Zealots. But man, Reynor, he is making a few more drones, but a good amount of Hydras coming out as well. It feels as though he should have plenty to work with here, as we're going to be seeing those Lings coming over to the right-hand side once again. Zealots Archon's going to start pushing forwards. Getting ready to go into this then, the Spinecrawler nibbling away at a couple of Zealots right away. And this is honestly going to be just too much from Reynor. He's going to shut this down very easily. Spine, Queens, Hydras, everything he needs to push this back. And Hellraiser achieves really nothing at all here in the super early stages. He gets pushed back so quickly. Really just gets pushed back and denied like that. Just like that. Well, Lings are going to come across the map now to counterattack. There isn't actually a lot here. One Archon morphing into position. As I guess, okay, Zealots to the left-hand side will be able to come in and he will be able to turn this away. As you're going to see those Lings getting pushed out in towards the center. There's going to be seeing that Immortal on the way up, a +1 upgrade as well. Where's that Warp Prism gotten to, actually? Is it all the way back up here? No, it's the Void Ray. Where's the Warp Prism gone? All the way back over here with those Archons. Just coming all the way home, just getting ready to defend. So Hellraiser not even really applying pressure anymore, as now we see Reynor coming up towards the top side of the map. So we're going to be seeing the Hydra's going to push up here, and well, here we go. Reynor with Lings to the left, Hydras to the right. Well, the Lings to the left won't have a great time. There's a lot of Archons and Zealots there, and he realizes this and so pulls away. Now these Hydras are going to push forwards as well and start working their way through some of these rocks. So rocks are going to be getting picked away at as the Ling's going to try and come in once again here. Archon's able to come in, push Lings back. I mean, Hellraiser's splitting this up quite nicely. Reynor's not really finding a way to just push in and do too much damage. Hydras again just sat in towards the center, and just going to be seeing a lot of Lings moving around. So Reynor will give it a moment or two. His Lurker Den's about to finish though, and again we mentioned this, the ability to just go into fairly quick Lurkers. And now the Oracle gets caught off guard as well, so he loses a lot of his map vision. Hellraiser, not just map vision, but actually very important detection, which is going to be required to help out against these Lurkers. An Observer is great, a Cannon is nice, but those are things which can get taken down in a fight, and right now he doesn't really have very many. He has 1 Cannon here, no Observer. And so he has to be really careful, because if these Lurkers get burrowed, he does not have detection. If it falls during the fight, Hellraiser will not have a very good time, as +1 Hydras rip their way through one of the Archons at the front here almost immediately. We're going to be seeing a few more Zealots warping in once again. Lings in the center of the map from Reynor, looking to do a little bit more. So many Zealots out here as well. Just looking to try and catch those units, but now Reynor actually comes up the left-hand side. The Observer's on the way, but it's really taking a long time to get out here. So many Lings in the middle actually might just be able to trade with these Zealots. They don't have +1 melee yet, though. Lurkers burrowing to the left side of Warp Prism, getting pushed away. And we are going to see these Hydras continue to pick their way through these gates. I mean, that's a lot of the gateways here. Meanwhile, in the middle of the map, the Lings and Hydras combined will push their way through this one. And here we go, the main fight coming through. But look at this choke point. Hellraiser has to come through. And it's going to be fighting into Lurkers, which means that the choke point is a Zerg's best friend. Reynor having the time of his life right now in this game number 1. And honestly, looks as though he might just be able to win this right here. He's starting to lose a couple of Lurkers, though, so he is being cleaned out to the left side. But now a swell of Zerglings in towards the 4th Nexus. And he does save some of his Hydras down the left as well. Turns to fight when he realizes the fight is his favor. Picks off an Archon, picks off an Adept. He'll get this Void Ray as well, which with Prismatic Alignment activated cannot move away fast enough. And Mortals are being surrounded by Zerglings. And that means that they will continue to go down very quickly too. And Reynor is still just streaming units across the map. Doesn't even feel the need to morph in even more Lurkers here. As we're going to see Zealots just continuing to drop one after the other after the other. Hellraiser types out, and Reynor will just grab game number 1. YouTube and stuff like that. But it's a way for you guys to support. So I think if you like follow them on Twitter, you tip like, I mean, just go check it out. Goldbox.com/WardiTV. If you go, I'm pretty sure it says something like, let's see. Where is it? Where's my page? Oh yeah, I gotta turn the ad block off. That's all. Yeah, you gotta turn ad block off on the page. Don't run on this page. Offers. Oh yeah, look at that. You can get $1 for signing up for Amazon Prime Video, which also gives you Amazon Prime, which gives you Twitch Prime. You can subscribe on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. Yeah, there you go. There's a few desktop offers for you guys if you'd like to check that out on GawkBox.com/WardiTV, and they do end up tipping the stream if you go through it. So if everyone in here kind of goes and follows GawkBox on Twitter via my link, we'd get like, you know, a bunch of dollars. It'd be crazy. Let's go check that out. Check it out. All right, guys. Let's kick off into this game, introduce some players and all the rest of it. Thank you, Port, again for all the sub gifts, and welcome everyone to the Wardy family. Again, if you just became a subscriber and you'd like to join the tree, then you can just let me know which color and I'll try and catch up. But for now, let's do game 2, as we have to the top right-hand side our red Protoss player from Izimba, Hellraiser. I don't know why I'm putting a funny voice on. So the bottom left-hand side, our blue Zerg from Prophecy Esports is Reynor. He's 1-0 up in this best-of-3 ZvP. Some just very solid Ling Hydra into Lurker play. Aggressive in the right places at the right time. Created some good fights for himself. And obviously just kept streaming those units in to wrap things up towards the end. So I'm going to see how this game number 2 opens up. How's everyone in the chat feeling? How we all doing with that recent wave of subs, by the way? We're only 21 sub points away from hitting a new sub emote slot. God, how exciting. How super duper exciting, eh? Can't believe it. So much progress is being made. Alright, awesome. Well, thank you all for joining the Wardy family in Port again. Crazy stuff, guys. Onwards and upwards, and I'm just going to keep on streaming. Like, I've been saying this a lot, but really we are just going to stream so much throughout the next couple of months. Gonna work on being able to, you know, even when we don't, we actually have a great lineup of events coming up. Even when we don't have events, there's going to be more Wardy ladder streams. Even when we do have events, we're going to stream some more ladder and stuff like that, and just give you guys a shit ton of content to watch is kind of the idea. Give you guys content to watch, and then you can watch, and then everyone's happy. I get a cast, keeps me happy. Early game here, not too crazy. A few lings were made to help deflect and defend in the early stages. The Adept obviously did not commit into those, so he's heading back home. This is going to be the Dark Shrine opening, allowing for the Archon drops in the early stages. We'll see if Hellraiser can get enough done with this to put him into a great position. As we do see a few lings kicking into play and trying to come forward, so we're not quite going to be able to really break this wall or anything, but can just deny a super early third Nexus, which obviously isn't really expected. Something like the Archon drop opening. It'll come down in like about a minute or so, you know. Before 4 minutes would be really quite crazy. As you do see these lings are actually going to get this Adept kill though, so here's me thinking they wouldn't be able to do much at all, but they get an Adept kill for, I think, 2 lings going down. That's not bad. One more ling goes down, he just checks up the ramp just to see what else is there, see if it is going to be a completed wall off. Meanwhile, the lair starts up, and this time the lair's a little bit faster. A little bit more on point with what we're expecting currently in the EU meta, which is to go into kind of like a 3-minute, 50-second lair. And again, it sets you up into a nice fast Hydra den to either be aggressive on Ling Hydra or to play in towards the lurkers. As you're going to see those lings from Reynor going to move back away down towards the bottom left-hand side, and this Warp Prism coming away towards the bottom left as well. Stalker moving around up towards the main base or so, and still just this lone Zergling coming around and seeing where it can go to. As the lair is going to be finishing up in a moment or so before DT is warp in. Obviously, Reynor has already Spore Crawlers in position. And his DT is just going to move straight into Archons. One of the great things about fast lair, though, is that you do just get the Overseers up, so you can kind of bypass a couple of spores. Helps make up for the earliness of the lair as well. So, yeah, it's pretty nice. And there's the Overseer popping in, just in case there was DTs trying to be aggressive. He might lose the Overseer if he's not careful. In fact, he is going to lose the Overseer. No! The Lings catch that Archon, and the Queen's on the Prism. Oh my god, that Prism goes down! Wow, Hellraiser, I don't know what he was trying to go for here as he came back in. I don't know what he was trying to go for there as he came back in with the Prism back into range of the Queens. That one Archon should have never gone down. I can understand dropping one Archon, but the Prism should not have moved backwards. And I mean, it's so difficult to make the right moves all the time in that quick moment, but that really was a bit of a screw up. And now he's lost 2 Archons so quickly. I mean, that's the point at which you already look at this and you're like, well, do you recover from this sort of point as the Protoss? Because not just do you lose 2 Archons in the Prism, you lose all of your, you lose the entire point of your build, which is to move around, be aggressive, keep the Zerg player busy, force him into units and not drones, keep him from getting up enough units to defend your 8-gate follow-up. I mean, now a new Prism comes out, it is going to be just 8 gates of full-on aggression here, but I mean, this should be a much easier hold for Reynor than it would have been. With how quickly he got rid of that Prism, Archon should still be around here, picking off a couple of drones and all the rest of it. Because right now, Reynor maybe on too many drones, 60 to 46. It was 63 before you started up a bunch of Evos to wall off his third base. I mean, that said though, still, he's going to have so much eco to just build up units now. And his Hydra count's getting there, his Ling count's getting up. His Queens haven't had to waste any transfuse energy yet. So they're going to be able to help out a bunch too, as obviously Hellraiser realizes he can't attack in here initially. Now he comes down this other ramp. Reynor will actually cancel the Evos, giving him some minerals to build even more units. I actually love it because he's already stopped Hellraiser from pushing into that position and bought himself an extra few seconds with it. Here we go now. Those Zealots do come in from that right-hand side. Links around and the Archons initially don't go great for him as the drones have to be pulled in here. Those Zealots are still swiping away at this, and this is already 10 workers lost. Some Hydras survive, and there's a lot more Hydras on the way out, and they're starting to come in from the backside as well, picking off another Archon. But actually, there's still some Zealots here too, and so Hydras are going to have to keep on running away. That Hydra will end up going down. This Hydra will just not. He's going to see him try and target down the Prism for a moment, but he doesn't have enough Hydras to justify it. And Zealots are still picking off Hydra after Hydra here. 19 drones down, and Reynor, with a great start, is now falling apart just a little bit. Zealots, Archons coming up this ramp, and we're going to be seeing the Hydras continue to kite away. Another Hydra's going down the front, another Zealot just nibbling away at this extractor in the back. More and more damage being dealt here as another Hydra on the ramp gets picked off. A Queen at the front going down, and still Hydra's pushing forward. He's going to try and grab that Archon, which he does manage to get. Archon goes down, and the Zealot's still nibbling its way through that extractor. More Hydras coming forwards here. Ling's picking off this Zealot. And we are going to see another couple DTs finishing up. War Prism is on the way out, about halfway done. And again, another few Hydras coming through as well. A Queen also building. And these 3 Archons, well, a lot of Archons coming in back at home. I mean, Reynor gets himself a position where he can stabilize 48 to 46 workers. Is on 3 bases against 2 bases. Ling's trying to counterattack, will just force these units to turn around, but they will die. I mean, at least Reynor knows that this attack is a follow-up now. I mean, I guess he had the Overlord here, so he sees no third Nexus. He has a very good read on kind of the position he is in, which is something at least as, well, can he hold on? As we're going to be seeing another couple of Lings again, just looking and checking, but nothing to be gained. A lot of Hydras now, though, back on the other side of the map. He's in a much more kind of stable Hydra count than he was before. And this is no upgrades on either side. Those Hydras really will shred their way through units here. A few Lings as well to tank. I mean, you keep those Hydras alive just a little bit longer by sending the Zerglings in first. And oh god, man. It's going to do so much damage. Like, they're really going to be able to kill a lot. And he's in a great concave here to kick things off. That initial wave of Zealots. Well, a couple of them go down. Not really many Lings picked off. Really needs to... I really feel just kind of a couple more Lings just to kind of get in front and to really keep the Hydras healthy. Maybe at this point Reynor's just saying, well, if I can put Hydras in front of my Hydras, that will work too? Question mark face? I mean, it sounds silly, but you do, Hydras with this unit where you hit a critical mass, and the Protoss player just can't kill enough of them fast enough to minimize the DPS done. You can see already the DPS output's pretty crazy. The Zealots drop pretty fast, and now it's just pure Archon, which is going to start getting turned away. And these Hydras are chasing. And Hellraiser is having to back all the way off here. Reynor will hold on. Currently 72 to 44 army supplies. Another wave of 8 Zealots comes into play. Those units now going to set up to come through the south side. Push forwards and... what will actually happen in the end here? Zealots starting to charge in. Some Archons up top are going to take a few hits. A couple more Zealots going down as well. Archon's just kind of dancing here. Looks as though Hellraiser isn't even going to try anymore. Just dances his units around and taps out of the game. Reynor will take the 2-0 here.